My name is Sebastian Gupta, and I'm a senior at Memorial High School in Houston, Texas. I prepared this video clip to introduce my summer 2010 project, which I like to call the Saab Project. So earlier this year, my parents challenged me to have my summer project, 1, involve engineering, science, and business, and 2, benefit someone in need. So after much discussion with friends and family, I finally decided that I wanted to rebuild an old car to factory new condition and then auction it off and donate the proceeds to the Houston Area Women's Center for Battered Women and Children, which is a charity that my mother supports. Before I go any further, I would like to recognize here that I received guidance, financial, and practical help from my father and master mechanics within his company, without which I would not have learned all that I did, nor would I have been able to complete the project. So first off, I went to a car auction where I successfully bid on a 2000 Saab 9.5. Surprisingly, no one else wanted the car because, well, it had 90,000 miles on the odometer and it was not even drivable. But the interior and exterior were in very good condition. They just needed a good cleaning, but then the engine, it was in a serious state of disrepair. So it would be the perfect project car for me. I could learn a lot from it. So I bought the car for $1,400, and the Saab Project was born. So first, we towed the car back to the maintenance shop at my father's company, and we planned out how we're going to attack this project and how we're going to schedule it. So I was to start the workday at 6 o'clock a.m. and then finish the workday at 4:30 p.m. After I'd cleaned up the shop and reorganized the tools to get ready for the next day. To document my project, I had a video camera that captured many hours of video along with still photographs taken with my camera. I had a fellow student of mine, Alex Brogan, who helped me compress and edit the video. We removed the engine and rebuilt it. All worn components were replaced. The entire suspension, exhaust, and braking system were also replaced or repaired. The clutch was completely shot and therefore it was replaced. Additionally, I had the flywheel machined at a local machine shop. Then all AC and heater system hoses and fluids were replaced. We then removed the transmission and inspected it and replaced all of its worn components. And then finally, after 3 days of elbow grease, the interior was finally scrubbed clean of the rancid fast food smell that plagued it. And then finally, after 4 weeks of work, I was able to turn the key for the first time and try to start the car. So after we installed the engine, I cranked it and it fired right up. That was an exhilarating feeling. The first short test drive confirmed a problem. So back to the shop, scratching our heads, we removed the turbocharger, only to find that the bearings had failed and that the diaphragm of the wastegate actuator was defective. So we then took apart the turbo to try and repair it, only to find that the cost of a new turbocharger did not justify repairing the old one. So we installed a new turbocharger and a new wastegate actuator. We then test drove the car again at a more spirited clip, and the car just drove beautifully. So once that issue was out of the way, I took the car to Victor's Body and Frame, where I negotiated free paint and bodywork in exchange for free publicity. So the car was repainted after all small dents were removed, and now the car really does just look like it rolled out of the factory yesterday. Once the paint was done, I took it to be tested for emissions, and it passed emissions as well as safety inspection and was declared road ready. In the next 2 video clips, you will see the Saab go from a junkyard clunker to a ready for another 100,000 mile, reliable and safe car that's worth about $10,000. A check engine light is my last remaining problem. I suspect a loose connection with the oxygen sensor or a grounded wire problem. Now that school has started, I only have time on the weekends, as time permits, to work on the car. But I will find a solution to this problem. And once I do, I'll be able to auction the car and then donate the proceeds to the Houston Area Women's Center. Please see the following 2 video clips on this YouTube channel for the rest of the details. Thank you.